Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be trying out different intros, everything, and I'm gonna see which one you like best, so make sure you leave a comment on which intro you like best and which outro you like best. So yeah. Hope you all enjoy. But so I have a really good theory. Yeah, it's in the script, but it's not a script. It was a message to my friend, because I just thought of it. So I'm gonna stop doing this ASMR. But so in season 3, the meteor shower happened. So then you go to season 5. You wonder how the season 4 visitor / blockbuster skin got there. So this is my theory. Don't judge and be like, yo, game theorist was like, no, this is fake when he saw that video. Oh no. It's my theory, and since I don't have any editing, I just put everything into this Discord theory. So in season 3, meteor shower happened. So the season 5 enforcers, these guys right here would thought it'd be a perfect time to put the robot scout into a mini rocket disguised as a meteor. So they launch him off into space and come to Fortnite with the rocket blueprint downloaded, like the thing that made the big hole in the sky with the thing. But it's a little bit late for season 4, season 3, and season 5, but season 6, I'll get to that. So it went to, so he checks out Bill. So he checks out the place and sees if it's habitable for the enforcers, because I don't know why, but because the reason why they didn't send their own people down is because it'd be a really bad decision, because if the climate wasn't good, their people would die and they would never get the correct information. They could just assume, but it might not be correct, because that person might have just stayed there and played some beach ball and did the default dance. But so they had him check out the place, and then he built the rocket to get sent back to the enforcers place. But and that's why it was called the visitor, because he was visiting from the enforcers. So he did it in the HQ because I don't know why, but because it'd be like a good place. Like, it looks like it would just be a part of the villain's base, like they're gonna launch a rocket there, but nope, it was the visitor. So he sets off. They're called the visitor, yeah. And season 5 starts up. It shows when season 5 starts up, it shows the detective skins because they're on the case of why the visitor was there. Visitor gets back to the enforcers and say that they would need something to change the atmosphere. So they make the cube because their world is connected through the rift in the sky using tech that makes lightning to create that creates things like the cube and runs off of water. And so that creates the domes, which is the perfect atmosphere. Also, what enforcers didn't know is that the cube did the opposite stuff except for the dome thing. The cube could also make the opposite of people. Like, for example, the tomato king guy, tomato king guy, yeah. He's the cube version of the Tomato Man that got out of the cube from Tomato Man messing with the cube too much. Also, in the week 10 loading screen, it shows Bright Bomber looking into the cube, saying the opposite of herself. That was a bad picture, but here's a tomato. So, it's the guy, and then... But, the reason why the Tomato Temple is there before the cube, it's because it's a video game. It's not something super duper important like Tilted Towers or Dusty Depot. But, Divot. Why do I always call it Depot? I always call it Depot. I'm a default skin. I am a legit default skin. But, so, here I'm gonna... Week 10. There you go. So, yeah, this. Her. So you see, like, the opposite of herself. She's a bright bomber. She's all happy, unicorns and rainbows, dragons and like fire and weird prints on your eyes and stuff like Tomato Guy, Tomato King. Do you see where I'm going here? But Tomato Man was the first guy. The Tomato Guy was the first guy to discover the cube. So, gonna check my recording. Yeah. Okay, good. Getting kind of worried there. But, so, yeah. So, he was the first one to find it. And then, so, because he had the same markings, like, they're like little, like, lines with a dot. And then they're like lines with dots. If I can... No, if I can... Did I end it? I don't know. If I zoom in here... If I zoom in... See? Lines with dots. It's lines with dots. And you might be wondering, why is Tomato Guy Tomato King? Because he's just like a normal guy, a worker. He doesn't have any power. Opposite of that, he has all the power he can have, therefore being a king. So yeah, and then trapped in some market, yeah. Sooner or later, enforcers come and somewhat take over and live in the land of Fortnite. How? Wow. So, and then season 5 comes, and season 6. This happens with the ruin thing. Playing with my friends Lil Rob MC and Helix 275. I don't think they'd like to get a bunch of friend messages, friend requests, so don't do that, kids. But what I'm thinking is that, in my previous video, which is not out when I'm recording this, but it will be out when this is out, but it was like me showing like the cube and what was doing with like all the lightning and this ruin getting lifted out of the ground, and then also the island moves. That's why it's all the way over here near Pleasant. But what I'm thinking is it's gonna absorb the power of all of the ruins, which make the that thing, which was their environment, which is what they can live on. So they're gonna set up base right in these areas. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably very wrong, but why would they be doing that then? And so once that happens, this is all the cube just tried to take as much power as possible. It practically has a mind of its own. Or it's just programmed that way. Because did you see all the ruins and stuff on it? It's practically the code. So then it absorbs all the power of all the ruins, and then tries to turn the whole entire island into that thing, into that stuff, their habitat. So, but then cube absorbs too much power, explodes, and gets rid of the whole entire island thing. But why would they get rid of the Loot Lake Island? I love Loot Lake. It's my favorite place, practically. It's like where I always landed when I was a nub. I always land tilted or snobby shores or junk junction. But that explodes, and then no more island, and then everything's back to normal except for the huge like dip thing. But I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Or should I not say it like this? This is getting kind of weird. Okay, fine. Bye. Yeah. Bit awkward.